Good evening, everybody from Walker Field in Ashland. It's Ashland High School football. Tonight on the school channel, Channel 5, the Tri-Valley League opener as Ashland High School hosts Holliston High School.
Holliston has won the toss and I'd like
had the coin toss at center field. The captains are out there. Chris Perrin, number 2 for Ashland, and Brendan Buckley, number 56. The Clockers are going to kick off. The visiting Panthers are going to receive. Both teams very excited to begin Tri-Valley League play. Both teams had a non-league game last week. The Clockers beat Bay Path 24-13 here at Grump Walker Field. Holliston went all the way to New London, Connecticut.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the pebble's fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Look at Chicarella with the Star-Spangled Banner, Ashland High School student. As we were saying, the Holliston Panthers went all the way to New London, Connecticut last week to lose a nightmarish 28-6 defeat. It was a game that they were only behind 7-0 going into the fourth period, and the wheels completely came off.
Bob, I need a spotter, Bob. I think Danny's closing in.
4-yard line, and that was returned for a touchdown by New London. Then they had a punt blocked and returned for a touchdown. Then they had New London returned another punt for a touchdown, all in the fourth period. Holliston scored on a 37-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Ron Southard to Justin Ferdetzi, the wide receiver. The Clockers, in their 24-13 win over Bay Path, in a game that made Chris Perrin famous. He's already been on High Five on Channel 5. They're going to be doing a story on him in the Tab this week. He ran for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns as the Clockers got their opening night win over Bay Path of Charlton. Arujo kicks off and we're underway. A seam up the middle. It's across the 30.
Ball's on the 31-yard line.
Holliston's going to start there, 1st and 10.
Ashland tackled by Matt Souza and Danny Phipps.
Looks like Josh Burke took that one back for Ashland. He's 34.
I'll get mine in early.
Quarterback is Ron Southard. He wears 17. He's a senior. The running back should be Anthony Passamonte, number 24. And that is him in the backfield by himself. The man in motion is Jacquette.
Jacquette with the carry.
He takes it.
2nd down and 9.
That was David Williams, number 13. He's the quarterback for the Panthers tonight. Southard must be the backup. He's playing in the line. Williams pass, incomplete. have to say that was intended for Sean Jacquette, number 26, although it wasn't too close.
Incomplete pass.
And a 3rd and 8 coming
Third
up for
down
the
and 8.
Panthers. David Williams, the quarterback, is a junior. Passamonte again alone in the backfield. Gets the call on 3rd and 8 up the middle. Finds a seam, gets very close to a 1st down. Chris Perrin, number 2, made the tackle.
Will be carried. Chris Perrin with the tackle.
Ryan Rougeau also there. Nick Dommings in the defensive front 4. He's 44. Wayne Carlson is 75. And they're calling it a 1st down without a measurement.
They're making it a short 10 now.
So Holliston gets its first down of the game.
Holliston, 41-yard line.
They try him again. The feature back. Passamonte, this time only a couple.
Passamonte was the ball carrier. Jordan Adams from Ashland was the tackle. McAdams. That's McAdams. Excuse me.
To pass. Long and deep and complete and dropped. Sean McDevitt had that one and somehow he lost it. Brian Hackett back on coverage. He had a shot at that ball too. And now it's a 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8. The ball was at the Holliston 43-yard line.
Lockers in their home royal blue, white pants.
Team in red.
Holliston Panthers in their visiting white shirts with red pants. Moving away from the school. First quarter action, no score. Williams wants to pass. Somebody's got him. Dommings got him, but he got away from Dommings, and now a late flag in the tackling after no gain. Referee threw it into the pile. It's a personal foul, a face mask, or something. It is the face mask. It's against the Clockers, and that's going to be either 5 or 10.
5 or 15.
It's a 5-yard penalty, so it's 4th down.
Face mask.
The unintentional variety, the inadvertent variety, only 5 yards.
From the
If it's
49-yard line.
a deliberate one, it's a 15-yard personal foul. So it's 4th down, just inside Holliston territory at the Holliston 49. The Panthers are going for it. Passamonte again, alone in the backfield. Williams barks the signal. Does he get the offside? Whistles and flags.
Flag on the field.
The referees think it over, and it's against the Panthers, the illegal procedure. That's going to make it a 4th and 7, and that Ed Buckley decides it's now a punting situation as he sends in his punting team. Coach Buckley in his 6th year, Ed Buckley. 14 wins, 29 losses. Panthers 4 and 7 a year ago, 3 and 5 in the TVL.
Keith Hackett is back deep for Ashland.
Keith Hackett back to get the punt. Clockers get close. Hudock, who blocked one last week, almost had that one. A fair catch by Keith Hackett, the senior running back. And the Clockers will have the ball on offense for the first time tonight. And it looks to be about the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Keith had a nice game last week against Bay Path Vocational School. Had about 50 yards rushing and 13 carries.
From their own 26-yard line.
And the quarterback for the Clockers, number 12, Jeff Taylor. had a good game in many respects himself. He was about 7 for 10 passing, but the 3 incompletions were all interceptions, and he's going to want to avoid that this week. The first play of the game goes to Chris Perrin on the right side. It's a big gain. He breaks one tackle, and he's up to the 47-yard line of Ashland, first down. So a quick 11 for Chris Perrin.
Help up here.
Starting right where he left off last
First down,
week.
Ashland.
Brendan Buckley, the senior co-captain, is your center. Alex Hart, 72, Wayne Carlson, 75, Chris Moraney, 74, and Steve Marks, 65 up front for Ashland. Perrin and Hackett in the backfield. It's Perrin again. Good gang tackling by the Panthers that time as they hold Perrin to a 3-yard gain. Keith Pierce, 78, is on the offensive line.
Harris with the tackle. Second down.
The wideout is number 3, Russ D'Argento.
25-yard line.
Hudak, 16. He's in the slot. Dommings would be your tight end, 44. Backward pass, complete. Wes D'Argento, a flag in the tackling.
Taylor's pass was complete to D'Argento.
D'Argento catches his first pass of the year. And somehow it's a holding call against the Clockers. Who was there to hold, I don't know.
Blocking in the back, Bobby.
Well, actually now I see it's a blocking in the back is what it actually was. During the tackling. Officials, as always, calling it very tight, particularly in the early going. That sets the Clockers back, puts them in a 2nd and 20 type situation. The ball's gone all the way back to the 33-yard line.
Second down and 20. That was a blocking in the back penalty.
He needs help with the spot.
Now we'll see if Coach Kevin Maines opens this passing attack up with his senior quarterback, Jeff Taylor. They go to Perrin. Tries the left side, breaks a couple of tackles, breaks 2 more tackles. Finally caught from behind, but not before he got back to the 49-yard line.
Tackled by Jeff Wolczyk.
Tackle was by Jeff Wolczyk.
13-yard gain for Perrin. Jeff Wolczyk, number 1, the senior co-captain and the middle linebacker
48-yard line
of the Panthers, arguably their best player, makes a lot of tackles. 3rd and short. Perrin up the middle. First down and more. Breaking free. Scary 6 Panthers deep into Holliston territory. The ball down to the Holliston 33.
Secondary.
It's another 18 yards for Perrin. Already 45 yards rushing on 4 carries. 4 minutes and 20 seconds clock running, first period action. No score. Holliston and Ashland. Hudak comes wide right. He wears 16. D'Argento is 3. Split wide left. Perrin out of the game. Matt Sousa is 40, but Keith Hackett gets the call on the right side. He's tackled up around the head. No face mask, though. A short gain. Keith's first carry of the night.
Asamate with the tackle. Short gain. 2nd and 9.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
All right. The man's cat. Come on. You gotta I don't know my numbers.
Here's Hart, Moraney, and Marks, along with Brendan Buckley doing the heavy lifting up front for Ashland, opening those holes. Perrin stays on the bench. Taylor to pass, looking long and deep. Hudak open but overthrown. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Hudak. What's his first name? Jeff. Jeff Hudak is the receiver. He told me. It's John.
3rd and 8.5.
You might be fired here too.
32 at the
You're making me look bad, guys.
Clock is facing a 3rd down conversion. It might be 4 down territory. Chris Perrin is back in the lineup. Here's the deep back. He goes in motion to the right. Taylor on the draw to Keith Hackett. Big yardage. He cuts it in. He's got a 1st down and a little more. He takes it to the Holliston 20. Good speed, a good call by Coach Kevin Maines. Gives the play as is his custom. Coach Maines walks on the field. His quarterback meets him halfway. Coach Maines gives him the play. And Jeff Taylor goes to the huddle and gives it to the team. Good call. 1st and 10 at the 20. Hackett again up the middle. He gets 4 more.
Keith Hackett again with the carry. Pick up the 4. Asmonte with the tackle.
This keeps your quarterback, keeps his legs in good shape. He's got to run 10, 15, 20 yards after every single play.
They're in the end zone.
Clock running, 2:15 and counting.
That'll be at the end of the
Jeff Taylor calling signals. Hudak in motion. Perrin tries the right side, and he's met and driven back by the Holliston D. You know, the Clockers have beaten the Panthers 5 years in a row after losing 10 years in a row. 3 of those wins have been shutouts. Last year was a shutout again. 2 years ago was a shutout here at the Grump. But the Panthers think they can win this year. They've got some good seniors. They've got some experience, and they've got a little bit of size and speed. But the Clockers now faced with another 3rd down play. Taylor to pass. The short pass is out to Hackett, a flag on the play as Hackett takes it inside the 10 and for a 1st down, but let's see what the flag is. It looks like holding once again against the Clockers. And that's going to nullify that play, and the Clockers are going to have a 3rd and 15 coming up. Coach Maines, the official looks right at him as he gives the call. Oh, it's a long call this time. Look for something complicated. Maines unhappy with early penalties. Clockers are marching, but this march has been stalled by a big holding call that has driven them back. Taylor straight back. The big rush, but it's complete to Hackett.
Taylor's pass is complete.
He's not going to get too far as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 20-yard line.
Gain of 7.
It's a big number, 51 with the hit.
Tackled by Phil Harris.
Phil Harris. What do you think?
Karen, that would be Karen. Karen.
4th and 11, the Clockers are going for it. Taylor. Straight back, heavy pressure. Jeff Wojcik got him. It's another 10-yard loss as the Panthers streamed it. Taylor had no chance. He had one chance for a quick look.
Josh Burke.
And then he was snowed under a great stand by the Panthers as they take over on their own 31st down. Dave Williams brings him out. Passamonte Alone in the backfield. Gets the call. Tried the right side, didn't like it. Tried to come back this way. That didn't work either. That's Matt DeLuca, number 14, the defensive end, making the stop. Matt got a lot of playing time last week. As Coach Main's not afraid to use substitutes. Jordan McAdams is 48. He's out there on defense as well. The two Hacketts, Brian and Keith, are your defensive backs, along with your strong safety, John Hudak. Perrin and Buckley are your linebackers on the Jordan McAdams 48.
Halftime interview.
Alex Hart, 72, anchors the defensive line.
First half is the first half. Right, it was the end of the first half.
Brian O'Rujo, number 70. '72 Alex Hart.
Earlier tonight, another Ashland Sports. The Ashland field hockey team defeated the Dover Sherburne field hockey team.
At the end of the period, the teams changed sides.
2-0.
The Panthers will now be heading towards the school. The first down, second down play rather coming up, 2nd and 10.
JV field hockey team also won 5-0 against Dover Sherburne. 6-0. You guys gotta give me correct information here.
Williams looking to pass.
No.
Fired. Could have been complete again, but it falls incomplete. It may have been deflected.
Williams' pass to Miranda was incomplete, tipped by Chris Perrin.
Tight end Tim Miranda, 88, was the intended receiver.
3rd down and 10.
Perrin broke it up. It's 3rd down. Panthers need some positive yardage here, and the Clockers are going to get good field position on a punt. Lots of motion. Now the flags. It's against the Panthers, and there's 5 more for Ashland. The ball goes back to the 25. It's now 3rd and 15.
I was on 7th inning. What was he thinking about?
Coach Buckley took that very well.
Legal procedure versus Holliston.
He's going to have to come up with something a little more creative now, because it's now 15 yards for a first down. Goes in motion. He gets the ball. He got some yardage, but not
Williams'
very
pass
much.
is complete to Wojcik for a short game. That'll bring up 4th down. Brought down by Stephen Marks. Stephen Marks with the tackle.
Marks on the stop. Let's see how much they give him on that. A 5-yard gain, 4th and 10.
For Ashland. 43 is Mike.
Or thereabouts. Panthers in deep punt formation. Keith Hackett back to get it. He's up sharp, high snap. Gets it away. Very high, but very short. It hits on the Panther 48. Takes a couple of bounces and is down right about at midfield. So, as we said, the Clockers are going to start with excellent field position.
Ashland 49-yard line.
9:07 left to go in the first half. No score. Ashland and Holliston.
Perrin's in.
Probably after Hopkinton. As far as all sports go, I would say that Holliston would be Ashland's 2nd biggest rival.
Big Chris Moraney.
Big game for both teams. Always the Tri-Valley League opener for both teams. Perrin alone in the backfield. Hackett in motion. Taylor calling signals. It goes to Perrin. He's going to try to sweep right. He's got 5. Good tackling by the Panthers. Limits him to 5.
Wojcik with the tackle.
2nd and 5. Clock running.
Second down and 5 from the Holliston 45-yard line.
So watch the Panthers, the defensive huddle. And the clock is break from the offensive huddle. And we see D'Argento. We see Perrin going up the middle, trying for a little more.
Chris
He's got a
Perrin with
first
a
down.
carry. First down.
It's about 8 yards. Perrin now with about 60 yards.
Anthony Pasamonte with the tackle.
And mounted.
Anthony P.
Hey, why don't you go? Let's pick out names for us. Zach Condon or Jason Numbers. Jason Numbers? Yeah. 56. I'm sure he's on the top. Let's get a higher verbal.
Everything on the right side this time, and Perrin goes right up the middle. Broke a couple tackles.
Perrin with a carry. First down.
Again, they're forced to tackle him from behind.
Down by Brian Martinelli. Tracked down by Brian Martinelli. Brian Martinelli.
Brian Martinelli was the tackler on the play.
Josh Fountain with the tackle.
That'll be second.
83.
That'll be second. In the middle of a drive.
Keith Hackett's a tailback. Keith Hackett.
Keith Hackett.
Hackett up the middle. Phil Harris with the tackle for Holliston.
Short gain, give him a yard.
Second down and 9.
Second down and 9 coming up. Ball resting on the Holliston 20, where the clock is deepest penetration. They got to the 20 in the first period, but got pushed back. Got no points. Finally gave it up on downs. See what happens this time. Perrin out. Hudak in motion. Hackett gets the call again up the middle, and again he's driven back.
Hackett up the middle.
Probably a loss on that play. We'll see where they mark as forward progress. Perrin goes back in.
Simon and Wojcik.
That's Sousa. No, Hackett's going to come out. Sousa will stay in. Number 40. Jeff's got the play. It's 3rd and 9.
Third down and 9.
Call it no gain on that last play.
On the 20-yard line.
Sweep up top.
Pass or Perrin. Let's see. It's Perrin. Right side, breaks a tackle.
Chris Perrin with the carry. Close to the
Two
first
other
down.
Panthers combined to bring him down. He's close to a first down, but he doesn't seem to have it. The officials are calling
Kevin
for a
Balcom
timeout. It's a clock
on the tackle
timeout.
for Holliston.
So Coach Maines wants to talk it over, as it looks like the
Timeout.
4th and 3 is
Ashland.
coming up for Ashland.
Wasting 2 downs.
Coach Maines beginning his 8th year at the helm of the Blue Tide. Career record 47 wins, 28 losses. And in the Tri-Valley League, he's got 38 wins. No, the TVL is 34 and 22 going into tonight's game. Clockers were 8 and 3 overall last year, 6 and 2 in the league, finishing 3rd. Millis and Westwood tied for the championship last year. Second year in a row those teams have tied. And for the second year in a row, Westwood went to the Super Bowl because they beat Millis head-to-head during the season.
There it is, 65 marks.
They break their huddle with Coach Maines. He sees this as a big play in the game. 4th and 3, 5:42 left to go in the half. No score. Ashland and Holliston at Walker Field. Taylor to pass over the middle, deflected.
Taylor's pass, incomplete.
And once again, the Panthers have held. That ball was intended for the tight end. A very nice play that Ashland uses very sparingly, that over-the-middle pass to the tight end.
Holliston ball.
Requires a certain amount of precision to execute. Holliston got in the way. They take over on downs. At their own 15, 1st and 10. They show pass, but I would be surprised. They are passing. The lefty lets it go. It's complete. And Wojcik dropped it again.
Williams pass, incomplete.
It seems to me that he's had 2 or 3 that he's had in the grasp that have fallen, but that was a beautifully executed play. A kid like Wojcik, the senior captain, something like that just motivates him to do better, to make up for a play like that. So he's going to have to watch the rest of the night, because he's going to be thinking about that. 2nd and 10. Good pressure by Darmings, complete this time. Fumbled out of bounds, but I think the reception was good.
43. 43? 40 on the tackle. 41 short McDevitt.
Ryan Martinelli.
Williams pass complete to McDevitt.
Ryan Hackett.
Gain of 4 yards. Ryan Hackett on the tackle. 3rd down and 6.
A little confusion. A 3rd and 6 coming up. Panthers don't quite have the people they need. Time was running out on the play clock, so they have to call a timeout.
Holliston timeout.
So let's set the stage here. 5:24 to go in the first half. Ashland nothing, Holliston nothing. A 3rd and 6 coming up for the Panthers deep in their own territory. So the Clockers can stop this play. They'll be looking at good field position once again. Although the Panther defense has gotten tough inside the red zone. And has twice stopped the Clockers on downs.
Vertical splits.
Coach Maines holds a 5-2 record against Holliston. Lost his first 2 years and won the last 5. Panthers bounce out of the huddle. They look ready. I look for them to call on Passamonte and their offensive line to get this first down. Let's see what they do. They're going to pass. Williams lets it go. Wide open.
John Hudak
was number 26.
Pass complete to
Jacquette. And the Panthers have a big first down, a beautifully executed play. Hudak was there for the Clockers.
First down, Holliston.
David Williams, number 13, very excited as he claps his way into the huddle with the play. Ball is at the Holliston 36, first down. He's going to pass again. The lefty lets it go, but just as he was getting hit,
Williams pressured by
pursuit by the blitzing Brian Buckley, also known as Brendan Buckley.
Yep.
Second and 10. Passing on every down now.
Well, I'll just have to make it up.
Lefty Williams getting confidence. Again, straight back.
That's grounding. Intentional grounding.
Yeah, they're going to call that one grounding, as he was just about on the ground when he launched that. It was Buckley again, just blowing.
Tackled by Brendan Buckley.
This kid Buckley is motivated on defense. The senior captain of the Clockers. A 3-year starter. So that's a loss of down in addition to the penalty. So we're going to have a 3rd and a country mile here. So we'll tell you in a minute. It looks like about 3rd and 25. Yeah. It's 15.
Third and one. Third and one.
Loss of down, third down, and 23.
Now they got to pass if they ever hope to get a first down. Good time for an interception if you're a defensive back. Clock is shut. Where are they drawn?
Flag on the play.
No play. This is just a plain old-fashioned offside against Ashland. Pierce checks in on defense 78, and Arujo takes a rest. Well, did Keith Pierce had last week for the Clockers, and Coach Main's showing more confidence in him this week as he goes in on defense as well after a great game in the offensive line last week against Baypack.
Third down and 20.
DeLuca 14 in at defensive end. Third and an awful long way. Still hard running, hard running.
Passamonte with the carry.
Picks up a
Aaron and
handful.
Hudak on the tackle.
Barron and Hudak combine to stop him. Domings checks back in along with Arujo.
Fourth down and 13 from the Holliston 35-yard line.
Here's DeLuca scamper off. On formation. Keith Hackett, the senior speedster, setting up on his own 38 to get this punt. Hudak almost gets it again. Takes a Holliston roll. Hackett stays away from it. And the Clockers have their worst field position of the night as it goes all the way to the Ashland 26, and that's where they're going to have to stop.
Ashland ball, first and 10 from their own 27-yard
We're under 4
line.
minutes left in the first half. No score. The favorite Clockers have their hands full with the Holliston Panthers here in the first half. Important to try to get ahead of them at halftime. If the Panthers should go in even or ahead at halftime, that's going to give them a lot of confidence and a lot of adrenaline for the second half. Taylor wants to pass, has to come left. Pursued. There will be no pass, and he's going to take the hit out of bounds. He loses a yard for his trouble.
Taylor with a carry. Tackled by Jerry Bosworth. Holliston.
It's good pursuit
Second and 11.
by the Panthers. That time eliminated almost any chance. Second down play now coming up. Second and 11. Taylor straight back. Looking on the right side. Overthrows his tight end Nick Domings just slightly.
Taylor's pass to Domings is incomplete.
Which means he's looking for a short game there, a 5, 6, 7-yard game. Give him a chance on third down to give the ball to Perrin probably for a first down. But now he's got a 3rd and 11 coming up. See what they do here. I think it may be a pass to Perrin. That'd be interesting. It's a long pass to Hudak. Great try by the ball poorly thrown and well defended by number 9. John Crouch, just a sophomore but a good-sized player, was all over Hudak. And the Clockers will punt for the first time tonight.
Taylor's pass to Hudak was incomplete. Fourth down and 11.
And warm-up action in the Clocker bullpen. Dave Bressler, number 11, heating up. And a timeout. which team called it plenty of timeouts generally. 5 per side per half. Special teams coach reminding the Clockers punting unit of the importance of this play. They've got to get a good kickoff. Udok does the punting. He's number 16. Coach Maines is assisted by Dave DiGirolamo, Dan Provost, Derek Atherton, Joe Tomaso, and the manager is Nick Petrozzulli.
In any house.
That's 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage where he waits for the snap. It's on his own 10. He had a great play last week on a bad snap. And there's another one that's too high. A little more pressure and he gets it off. It hits at the 44. It's taken at the 42. And a flag is heaved angrily into the crowd
Casamante with the return.
at the 45-yard line.
Dan
By the
Fitz with the
official.
tackle. A good for nothing. Flag down on the field. Appears to be illegal
Bad
block
block
from
in the
behind.
back against the Panthers. And they lose some of that nice field position that they had. They're going to now be on their own 35, 1st and 10. At just 2:53 left in the half, no score.
You told me to. Spotters, the one that did it.
Williams, the lefty, wide open. Did he hold on? They're calling it a reception. It looked like he might have fallen on that one as it hit the turf first, but they give it to him. It's a beautiful 20-yard completion and a first down for the Panthers at the Ashland 45-yard line. A lot of excitement on the red side of the field as here come the Panthers. Two and a half minutes, clock running. Williams to pass. Lets it go. Didn't look like it was really intended for anyone. Jordan McAdams. An excuse me knockdown. Took care of that. Stops the clock, 2:22 to go. First half, 2nd and 10 coming up for the Panthers. Young Hackett, Bryan coming off. So the coach goes with Jeff Taylor at defensive back, along with Keith Hackett and Russ Argento, as the Panthers are a passing team tonight. A long pass. No one's going to get that one. He intended for Sean McDevitt, but overthrown, but a well-thrown ball by
Argento in the
Dave Williams.
coverage. It's 3rd down and 10 from the Ashland 45-yard line.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. The clock now shows 2:15. Ryan Hackett back in, Jeff Taylor out. Try a run on 3rd down. It's nothing doing. See what they give him for forward progress.
Wayne Carlson with the tackle
At
for
the very worst, it's going to be 4th and 10. And it looks like they're getting their punting unit in. And now the clock, no, the Panthers want a timeout to think it over a little bit with 2 minutes straight up.
Timeout, Holliston.
Left in the first half. When the Clockers get the ball back, it looks like Dave Bressler, number 11, may be going in a quarterback. Warming up. clock. He's been taking snaps.
For 2 minutes, he can run 8 times. He can run 8 times. Run it in. We haven't called it 10 minutes. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good hit. Right. He
See
can run
what
8
the
times.
Panthers do. Keith Hackett back at his own 15 or so, anticipating a punt.
Ball timeout. Huh?
Probably a good call here for the Panthers.
He's the man.
Stay
He's the music
close.
coordinator.
Survive the last 2 minutes. Go in, no score at halftime, and come out and win it in the second half.
You're on your own. Monty's back to kick. Keith Hackett.
They're in punt
Deep
formation.
for Ashland.
Bassamani lets it go. It's a squibber. They don't want to return. Takes an Ashland bounce. Actually, it doesn't bounce anywhere. And the Clockers can't be upset to have the ball on their own 26-yard line, 1st and 10, as their defense came up with a big stop there after the big 20-yard first down pass play by Holliston.
1st and 10, Ashland
Perrin
ball at the Holliston
starts to
26
slam a
yard
few
line.
of his
1
teammates
minute,
around
50
out
seconds
there,
left to go in the
trying to
first
get
half.
them fired up. And Maine sticks with Taylor as he is in at quarterback. So Maines resists the impulse to replace Jeff Taylor and sticks with him here. 3 wideouts to the left side, the up fake, and the handoff to Chris Perrin. He won't go down until he gets 8 yards.
Pick up of 8 yards.
And Ashland wants a timeout.
Wojcik is on the tackle for
Let's say
Holliston.
some clock here, a minute 40 left. First half, Ashland nothing, Holliston nothing. Big huddle for the Clockers. Big point in the ball games. Clockers would love to get some points here. If you're thinking field goal, Brian Arujo is the kicker. He's got a big, big foot, but he looked a little nervous in his place kicking on opening night. But this would be a good spot for him to hit a 30 or 40 yarder and show what he could do. The Clockers are a long way from thinking about that now. The ball's on their own 34 yard line. So they need substantial yardage even to get into field goal range.
And then maybe to break it up. Why just
2nd and 2 coming up. Buckley, the center, leads him out. Taylor to pass. He throws a bomb. He's got a man open. It's D'Argento. It's picked off.
Passamonte with the interception.
Anthony Passamonte, the beautiful interception, takes it back to the Ashland 40, and the Panthers have another chance. With a minute 26 left in the first half, they've got a first down.
Tackled by Hackett. 2 down.
Taylor threw a pretty good ball, but I have to think that that was at the outer limits of his passing ability, as he would have had to throw that ball 50, 60 yards in the air for D'Argento to get under it. He was open briefly, but the pattern was very, very deep. Williams straight back, under a little pressure. Lets it go, a beautiful pass, underthrown, intercepted. D'Argento's got this one. Kick the cat, Wes D'Argento. It's the intended receiver just a few moments ago when Holliston intercepted. Picks this one off, and now it's Ashland ball at the Ashland 9-yard line with a minute 18. This is almost definitely Perrin time. Deep in the clock is deep in their own territory. They can't be too fancy down here. And Perrin, of course, capable of breaking any play for a touchdown. He's got about 95 yards rushing already tonight. At 300 last week. He gets the call, but the Panthers know what I know.
Chris Perrin with the carry.
Clock running.
Gain of
Go under
3.
a minute. Let's see if the Panthers are going to use a timeout. No, they're not. Clock is in no hurry. Cheerleaders are getting ready for a halftime show as we're now 40 seconds left in the half. It's Hackett on the right side.
Hackett
Just before he got to the first down area, he got leveled.
Well, he stopped the measure. He didn't measure.
The clock is stopped for a measurement. Very close to the first down.
Unless in the discretion of the referee, that there's no need to.
You see the first down?
It seemed they're short.
He missed it.
Indeed they are.
He actually measured it by eye and called the first down, then the linesman had to move it back a half a yard.
So a third of inches coming up.
Third and less than a yard.
26 seconds
Ball's
left in
on
the half.
19-yard line.
Now the clock starts up again. I don't think Ashland has to snap this if they don't want to, but they want to. They want to give Chris Perrin one more try.
Perrin with the carry.
That's 5 yards, a first down. The clock will stop for them to move the chain.
Tackled by Phil Harris.
And now Ashland wants a timeout with 5 seconds left. And the ball sitting on the 25-yard line.
Timeout, Ashland. 5 seconds left to go in the half.
The Ashland coaching staff questioning the officials why that clock started up again after the measurement. Disagreement about the rules as the clock is huddled on the sidelines. I don't know what Coach Maines has in mind here. He's got a first down. There's only 5 seconds left in the half. It's going to have to be a play that's going to have to go all the way. And although Perrin has excellent yardage tonight, he has been somewhat contained as he hasn't been able to break off any long runs. Chris gets it again. There was nothing there, but he still got 7 yards. That'll be the half.
That's the end of the first half.
At Walker Field in Ashland,
Holliston
it's
nothing.
halftime. And the
Ashland.
score is Ashland nothing and Holliston nothing. The second half is coming right up. Okay, we're back for the second half. Ashland nothing, Holliston nothing. Here at Grump Walker Field on a beautiful early fall night. This game being played September 25th, 1998.
May have a winner. Hopefully she's going to get up here.
The story for the Clockers in the first half
Time runs out.
has been one of missed chances twice inside the Holliston 20, but no points as the Panther defense came up very big on 2 occasions, and they've got some confidence as they come out in the second half of a scoreless game. Clockers favored in this game. Ashland on a 5-year winning streak over Holliston. And the first half story offensively, Perrin,
Get some glasses.
110 yards,
And who is the winner?
13 carries, but 18 yards
Have a
on
winner
this
for
game.
50-50. From where?
Keith Hackett has carried 6 times tonight.
Tonight's winner is a full winner is Brendan and Leanne Kelly from Holliston. Congratulations, Brendan
23
and
yards on
Leanne.
the ground.
$99 went to
On
the
a
winner.
couple of nice pass plays
To the winner's father.
and a nice interception Casamonte's done most of the work on the ground.
Wait a minute.
But David Williams, the
You need the
quarterback, has
money.
really
It's
been
you.
firing that ball tonight. And the lefties looked pretty good. Clocker's passing game has not clicked as Taylor has been unable to connect with Nick Dommings, his tight end. He went to him a couple of times with no success. One completion to D'Argento, one interception on a pass intended for D'Argento.
The Ashland football team would also
Clock's
tonight
been a
like
target
to
once or
I wish
twice,
a
but
happy
they haven't
birthday
connected
to
with him.
George McAdams,
Clockers are going to get
reaching the tender age today of 50. Happy birthday, George.
Herron back deep, a couple of Hacketts. The
Herron deep
bookends
wrestle.
on either side of him. Argento, Hudak, and Souza in the second tier, and this comes to Little Hackett.
Hackett with the
And
return. Brian Hackett brings the ball out to the Ashland 32-yard line.
The market at the 32, the Clockers will start there.
Tackle was made by Phil Harris.
I look for the Ashland offense to come out really fired up in the second half. Coach Baines, very, very worried now. Hands are on hips. D'Argento on the wrong side. Baines corrects him. And Chris Perrin tries the left side. He's met. He breaks one tackle.
Chris Perrin with the
Picks
tackle.
up 5
Gain
yards.
of 3, second and 7. Tackle by Wojcik. Tackle by Wojcik.
Kevin Balcon assistant.
Call it a 4-yard gain. Second and 6. Third period. No score. Tri-Valley League opener for both teams. Christopher Perrin is going to try the right side. But the inspired Panther defense pushes him back.
Perrin with the carry.
Kevin Balcon.
Kevin Balcon with the tackle.
Forward
No
progress.
gain.
They've given, we'll call it no gain. On Perrin's 15th carry of the night, and a big third down suddenly for the Clockers. Ball now on the 35.
Third down and 7. Ball's on the Ashland 35-yard line.
So you can't argue with Coach Maines' thinking as he tries Perrin left and right, his bread and butter man, the feature back in the Clocker offense. But now Taylor must pass. This time it's complete and dropped. And it was intended for John Kudak.
Taylor's pass. intended
Usually
to
has the
Kudak.
good hands.
Incomplete, 4th down.
Maines going into that stoic hands-on-hip mode. Now beginning to pace. He's not happy. It's a trimmed down Kevin Maines this year. This looks like one of the kids. With the long hair. Extremely thick. Coach of the Clockers, the inventor of Blue Tide Pride in his 8th year. A beautiful punt by Hudak. Tries past Monte back to the 30. He fumbles it, picks it up, and gets 5 or 4 yards out of it. The Panthers are going to start at the 34, 35 yard line, 10 for their first second half possession.
Tackle by Steve Marks.
Steve Marks makes the stop 65 on the special team. Set the Clockers for you on defense now as Buckley, Perrin,
First and 10 on Holliston,
McAdams.
35-yard line.
linebackers. Your strong safety is John Hudak. D'Argento and the 2 Hacketts are your defensive backs. He's going to pass. Williams long and deep. And complete. At the Ashland 37-yard line.
Pass complete.
Tim Miranda.
Flag down on the play.
We see a flag back in the Holliston backfield, and that one is coming back. They were holding.
Appears to be too many men on the field.
So a fabulous 30-yard completion is wiped out by the penalty. Big break for Ashland. As they mark it off.
Friday night football.
It's 10. It takes it to the Holliston 25. The ref barely got the ball down. The Panthers broke the huddle.
Holliston.
Still first down, but now it's 1st and 20. Williams on the reverse handoff. Nothing doing. Clocker's all over.
Carried by Passamonte, tackled by Alex Hart of Ashland.
Makes the stop.
No game?
Brendan Buckley was also in on the tackle. No gain.
No gain on the play. That brings up 2nd and 20. Can't pass on every down. The Panthers trying to mix it up. Something things up here.
Where's my garters?
He's gonna pass. He's under pressure. He gets away. Cowboy Wayne very close. The pass is complete. He crawls on back to the original line of scrimmage.
Williams pass complete.
That's Tim Miranda. 88.
Tim Miranda.
Tim Miranda with a reception, a pickup of 8 yards. 3rd down and 12.
That'll be about a 3rd and 12 now.
You're just wasting space up
Coming up. Clocker
What's the
offense.
spotter supposed
Get the
to
ball
do?
back if Ashland can make a stop here on this play. Williams almost makes him jump back to pass. Rolls right, no play.
26.
There is an illegal procedure or offsides.
The offender will change the count.
It's against the Panthers. Clockers pick up 5 yards, and a 3rd and 12 becomes a 3rd and 17.
Legal procedure against Holliston. Big one.
It's inside the 30 now, back to the 26-yard line.
3rd down. 18.
They run the ball.
Tackled by Hudak.
Sean Jacquette gave it a try.
Brian Martinelli. Brian Martinelli with the carry.
Ryan Martinelli on the carry. Brings 4th down.
Fourth down. Coming up. Panthers in punt formation. Keith Hackett on his own 45 awaits. High snap. Big pressure. He's going to run it out of there. Passamonte sees some daylight. He's pushed out of bounds. Clocker is getting up very slowly.
Passamonte knocked out of bounds by the Hackett brothers.
It's John Hudak.
Passamonte
Stopped him.
with a scramble knocked out of bounds by the Hackett brothers.
And the Clockers take over on downs.
1st down.
That's about a 10-yard gain. Well, that's fine with Ashland as they take over. Clockers were burned by that last year. Remember, they punt. They had Westwood's punt blocked.
1st and 10 Ashland.
Westwood
Holliston
ended up
39
getting the
yard
first
line.
down out of it on a play like that. I say last year, that may have been 3 or 4 years ago. The games are starting to blend together.
Timeout. Holliston.
Holliston's going to take a timeout here because they've given Ashland the best field position they've had all night on the first series of an offensive series. They're on the start at the Holliston 39-yard line. There's a high snap and great pressure by the Clockers. First Passamonte out of the punt formation and had to run for his life as he tried for a first down, and thank God John Budak, the 16, just tipped him out of bounds before he started getting very close to that first down. Perrin is 5 yards deep. 6 yards deep. Perrin tries the right side. Gets a nice game out of it. Give him 4.
Pick up on 6.
Tackled by Holliston tackle.
Holliston hustling tacklers.
Third and just came up Gimpy.
More than 4 yards.
Second down and
Closer
4
to
for that
6.
Ram.
Second and 4 coming up. Hackett joins Perrin in the backfield. Gento split left. It's Hackett. He spins. Might have got a yard. Almost got loose. Might have lost the yard he got. And it's third down.
He had 2 yards and he fought back and gave it up.
They let him give up those yards. That's a loss.
Passamonte and Krause with the tackle for Holliston.
And a big third down play coming up. No score. Third period. 4:30
Third and 5
to go.
Holliston,
And the clock running.
35-yard line.
Up ahead of steam.
With a run.
Yeah.
Off tackle.
Close. Perrin is down and rising.
Official timeout tonight, Ashland.
Coach Main's out there to check him off. Check on him. It looks like a lower leg. It looks like a right leg. Trainer Nova Gu and Coach Main's looking intently at Chris Perrin.
How many yards he picked up? It's on 35.
There's injury timeout, so Reedy has to come out of the game.
8 yards on carry.
8-yard pickup, a first down. That's not the concern right now.
Doesn't look like his legs. It looks like
The officials intent on keeping everyone away from this. He's now jumping to his feet and running off the field. Well, he feels a lot better, and so do I. He comes out of the game as he must. Coach Baines now has a first down situation for his team. Thanks to Chris Perrin's 8-yard run. The ball at the 26 of Holliston, first and 10.
At the Holliston 36
Hawkers up for the
yard
red zone again. This time with
blue umbrella
Matt Souza
has been found. Anybody who's missing a blue
and
umbrella,
Keith Hackett in the
please
back.
report to
Keith's
the
moves, no
press box.
flag. Souza gets the call and gets nothing.
Tackled by the Holliston line.
Chris Perrin's back in the game. It's a warm greeting from number 16, John Hudak. Souza goes out. Jordan McAdams checks in.
Second and 10 Ashland. On the 37-yard line.
Not exactly sure if Jordan's offensive position is listed as a fullback in the program. And he's lining up as a tight end.
Spot has been speak up quick enough.
Nothing doing there.
74.
Step
Panther defense sacks Jeff Taylor.
Taylor tackled by Gandini.
Stefan Gandini, the senior co-captain of the Panthers, makes a big play. And now it's third
down
and long,
13.
about 15 or 14 yards. A passing situation for Jeff Taylor. Gentle split right. Hudak in the slot. There'll be his targets. He goes to Hudak. He's got a nice game, but it's not enough for the first down.
Tackled by Kraus. Close to a first down.
Well executed play. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2 at the 20. And Ashland will be going for it. Gentle's going to come to the left.
On the Holliston 20.
Hudak is in the slot on the left. And he's going to pass. He's looking for Hackett, complete. A good tackle, a good play. I don't know if they've got
pass
it.
complete to Hackett.
The Panthers seem happy. It's first down, Holliston.
Short of the first down. Holliston ball.
So they complete the short pass on a surprise move. I'm sure everyone thought Perrin was going to get it on 4th and fairly short yardage, but Coach Main's electing to go with the pass to Hackett. The play was executed, but the Panther defense made a quick tackle.
Timeout in the field.
Prevented Keith Hackett from getting a first down. And once again, inside the 20, the Panthers have held. Let's check the clock. 1:35 left in the third period. Opening night for the Tri-Valley League. Around the league, the other openers, of course, the big game. Westwood at Hopkinton tonight. Westwood, owner of 13 consecutive victories over the Hillers. And Coach Hughes said in the paper tonight he had a feeling this was it. His team played excellent last week, beating Norton out of the league 26-6. All right, here come the Panthers. First and 10. Pass him on to.
Passamonte with a carry.
Second 9 coming up.
Tackle by Name.
Is that Jordan McDowell? He's playing middle on inside linebacker. One of the 2 inside.
Williams calling signals. Wants to pass. Lets it go. It's complete to the big guy. Took 3 or 4 little guys to bring him down, but it's a Holliston first down.
Miranda, first down.
Big Tim Miranda, 88.
Tackle by.
A big tackle. A big target. Williams showing very, very nice passing ability. He's had a few dropped, but pretty much everything on the money. First down, 33 yards. He wants to pass again. And this one goes incomplete. Receiver may have fallen down. Sean Jaquette.
Williams pass to Jarquette is incomplete.
26, I guess, was the intent.
Second down and 10.
Seemed like he was on the ground already before the ball got there. Second down.
My friend lost his hat, and the kid who took it dropped it.
Running play. showing some speed.
It's Brian Martinelli.
Brian Martinelli with the carry. Keith Hackett with the tackle.
43 is Brian Martinelli. His first carry of the night, I think.
The end of the third quarter.
Showed some speed.
Ashland nothing, Holliston nothing.
It's a timeout on the field. It's the end of the third period. The score, Ashland nothing and Holliston nothing. A great defensive battle
If we
here
get
at
any
the
rough
Grupp
action,
tonight.
we'll let you know. Maytag
Grupp would be pleased to see this.
They might.
He was a defensive specialist in his many decades as a coach of the Clockers. Last week, we mentioned Harping beat Norton 26-6. Their new quarterback, Eric Tapper, threw only 3 times, but 2 of them were for touchdowns. Colin McBride had a long touchdown run, as did Jim McCollum. Keefe Tech won. They beat Millbury 41-27. They got a new running back this year to go with Jose Velez. His name is Moses Rivera. He had 3 touchdowns. Medway lost to Weston 35-7. Their new coach is Mike Reagan, captain of the 88 team. So his debut was spoiled. It was 35-7 at the half. So they never were really in that game. DS lost to Austin 12-6. And here we go, fourth quarter, third down play. Williams to pass. He's got a man open, but he overthrew him.
Williams pass to Jaquette is long. That brings up a 4th down.
Sean Jaquette, the intended receiver. So now it's 4th and 4. At the Holliston 39, so they're probably going to have to punt. Keith Hackett is back to take it. If he gets a chance, pretty much has to hit him in the chest. It'll be easily catchable, or he will avoid the punt. It's kicked deep. He's going to have to handle that one. He does at the 20. Gets to the 25 and driven back to the 20 and snowed under.
Keith Hackett with the return.
Nothing doing there for Keith Hackett. Made a nice catch of a well-kicked ball.
Ashland ball, 1st and 10 on their home 20-yard line.
Packers are going to start at the 20. Austin players a little bit tangled or slow to get up.
Referee's timeout, injured Holliston.
Referee timeout.
It's the star Jim Wojcik, number 1, Jeff Wojcik rather, who is the injured player. We're going to have an official's timeout and another visit by the trainers. The DS lost a tough one to Austin Grupp last week, 12-6. The new coach, Lincoln Passmore, tried to fake punt at midfield in the 4th quarter of a tie game. It didn't work. Austin Grupp took over and drove for the final winning points with 36 seconds left in the game. And the new coach was already second-guessing himself in the paper the next day. The new quarterback is the coach's son, Jared Passmore. He had a TD pass in that game. All right, we're ready to go. Perrin up the middle.
Chris Perrin with the tackle, a gain of 5.
Run.
I get excited about tackles.
I get excited about tackles. Off tackle! Off tackle! Off tackle. You know what kind of...
Look roughly like this.
Slashing!
Second down play coming up, 2nd and 5. Taylor wants to pass, throws it behind Hudak, nearly intercepted. But falls incomplete. Jerry Bosworth, number 30, had a good shot at it for Holliston.
3rd and 5.
And now a 3rd and 5 comes up.
It's like Dorset. I'm giving them personality.
Big play for the Clockers.
Those agents doesn't like.
Want to keep this drive alive. Perrin would be the choice here. But it's going to be 5 tough yards if he gets it. Jeff Jeff's going to pass. Long for Hudak. He comes back.
Taylor's pass to Hudak is complete for
It's complete. An 11-yard gain and a first down for Ashland. Jeff Taylor to John Hudak. That brings the ball out to a more comfortable 38-yard line. First down, Ashland. Taylor and Hudak connect. Nice play by John Hudak as he had to come back and find that ball. The defender must have lost sight of it for some reason.
First and 10, Ashland.
Hudak in motion. Perrin gets the call. Gets a tough 3 or 4 yards.
Carry.
Second down coming up. Chris has been not stopped but contained by the Panthers tonight for over 3 periods.
Pick up of 3, second down and 7.
He's having a good night. He's got 120, 30, 40 yards, but he hasn't been able to break anything long, anything into the end zone. He had 4 touchdowns last week.
They're not even covering some of these white guys.
Chris again.
This could be a touchdown.
Uses some moves. The flag goes down as Perrin stays on his feet. Gets a lot more than the first down to the Holliston 45-yard line.
Perrin with the carry, but
It's a 13-yard run. Flags usually bring these back, and this is no exception. It's either the back block or the hold. The spot of the foul is the Ashland 44. They mark 10 off from there, sending it back to the Ashland 34. And now it becomes a second and roughly 15. Penalties have hurt the Clockers tonight. They've had a fair share.
Second down and 14.
Jeff to pass. Argento fell down after he ran into Passamonte. I didn't see him. The fans are calling for a penalty. I didn't see it, and Argento was hurt. This is our 3rd injured player in the last few minutes. So the boys are getting tired. Friday night games, you know, they're up early.
But he wasn't making a play.
It's now 8:30.
That's an awful call. I'll tell you, the other one, Hudak, was an awful call down there too. He blocked him right from behind. Yeah, I was deep out from behind.
So they attend to Russ Argento. Tease. Trainer knows the cue.
He's holding his knee.
Seems to be a lower extremity situation. Also last week, TVL teams, Medfield beat most Brown of Rhode Island. That was the only team they beat last year. They beat them again this year. Same score as last year, 27-12. Kid named Kevin Christie had 135 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bellingham lost its 2nd straight non-league game. This time to King Philip of Rentham. They lost 48-28. 2 turnovers really killed them. Their quarterback, Justin Prophet, had 3 touchdowns and 108 yards. Okay. Argento has left the field. And the Clockers are ready to go on a big 3rd down and long. Taylor to pass. Throws it out there. He's intended to guess for his tight end, Nick Dommings, but well overthrown. And a 4th down coming up. And the Clockers are going to have to punt. TVL game last week. The TVL team in action. Miller shut out Cardinals fell into Brockton 27-0. Looks like they're going to be strong once again. Budak, that's off a beautiful kick. Bounces at the 40. Not much roll tonight on any of these punts. It's down by Chris Hill, a freshman.
Andrew Royce.
The Panthers not bad field position.
First and 10.
Their own
Ball's
40.
on the Holliston 40-yard line.
I'm starting to think overtime. I think we play overtime in the TVL now. We may find out.
Ask himself a question and he answers it.
Williams
Draw.
on that up fake play, he almost dropped the ball.
Martinelli with the carry.
And
Keith Hackett with the tackle.
carries it. Hackett stops him, but not after a nice 6-7 yard gain. And we got a flag against the Clockers and the tackling again. The face mask again.
Flag down on the field.
Foul, apparently it is. Personal foul, 15.
Personal foul against Ashland. Williams long pass.
How was that close?
Complete. Kent was the intended receiver. Broken up by Ryan Hackett.
A bold bid by the Panthers for the first points of the night. Just incomplete. So it'll be second down. The ball is at the Ashland 46-yard line. What am I talking about? The Ashland 36-yard line.
Second down and 10 on the 36-yard line.
Martinelli again. John Hodak, along with his friend Matt DeLuca.
With the tackle.
Sack him for a loss. That's -2 on that play. 3rd and 12. Clocker defense getting a little bit angry.
3rd down and 12.
Here come the Panthers, a big 3rd down play. Williams, wide open. Jeff Wojcik, first down Panthers.
Williams pass complete to Wojcik.
Down to the Ashland 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Holliston. The Panthers' deepest penetration of the game.
1st and 10 on the Ashland 15-yard line.
A beautifully thrown ball right on the money. And we knew that Jeff Wojcik was going to make a play, and that was it. He dropped a couple earlier, but he made a big reception there. They go back to the ground. Nothing doing once again.
Jordan McAdams with a big play in the backfield. Martinelli with the carry.
Jordan McAdams making the stop. No gain. 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Clocker defense has all the pressure on them now. We're under 5 minutes left to play, no score. This David Williams has had a good night. Let's see if he can get the Panthers in. He's under pressure, he rolls left, he lets it go. So the wide open spaces.
That brings 3rd down and 10 from the 15-yard
I guess it was intended for 41 Sean McDevitt, but it was thrown in between him and a receiver behind him. Number 42, Phil Harris. And now it's 3rd and 10 at the Ashland 15. The pitch, pretty shifty. He was one move away from the end zone, but a big tackle by the Ashland defense prevented the first down and the touchdown. Russ D'Argento, or was it Chris Perrin, I guess, number 2, came up big on that stop. And that brings up a 4th and 5. And we got 2 injured Panthers. One is up, one is still down. As the players are starting to get fatigued, starting to break down. As this bit has been a bruising defensive battle. No score, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in regulation. Coach Maines and the officials disagreeing on something. Hard to imagine what, with an injured player down on the field. Loud voices, loud voices. Now Maines goes out to meet him. Coach Maines speaking forcefully. Get a shot at Coach Maines to see just if he's mad or if they're just discussing something. The ball's on the 10. They'll spot it at about the 17. They're going to try a field goal. Sean McDevitt's going to give it a try. It's a little more than an extra point. For 7 yards more. Panthers going to take a timeout to make sure they're completely set up. Let's see. They did not last week in their one and only game where they lost to New London. I don't think they tried an extra point after their touchdown. So this will be their first place kick of the season. I suppose they could have tried a field goal in that game. Wouldn't get reported if they missed it. But I doubt it. Ball on the 10. They'll probably spot it for the place kick on around the 17, which would make it a 27-yarder. From just a slight angle to the, from right to left. Sean McDevitt, 41, is going to try it.
26 yards out.
To try to give the Panthers the lead. And the way their defense has been playing, if they can get 3 points, that might give the D the adrenaline they need to keep the Clockers off the board and secure a win for the Panthers. Snapback ball down. A kick is a beauty, but he missed it. He got a good foot into it, but a grateful bunch of Clockers come off the field still tied. He hit that ball hard, but it was wide left. And the Ashland defense holds. A big third down tackle. Kept the Panthers from getting a first down and possibly a touchdown. Now, after the missed field goal, the ball comes out to the 20 by rule, and Ashland will start there. Hackett and Dommings reset. Perrin's back there. Hudak is in motion. And Chris picks up about 6 on his 20th carry of the night. Hudak slow to get up. And another official's time. Could be a cramp. Matt DeLuca checks in to take his place. And Kevin Maines uses the opportunity to have another conversation with the head official. And the EMTs and trainers attending to John Hudak. What a year he started. He started out tremendously in his first 2 games. One of the main guys for the 1998 edition of the Ashland High School Clocker football team. And he's up. Gingerly comes off. 2nd and 3.5.
Second down and 4.
Perrin and Hackett in the backfield. DeLuca and D'Argento, the wideouts. Chris gets it again, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down.
For the first down. Bill Harris on the tackle for Holliston.
Indeed he does. And now we're up to the 31-yard line, first down Ashland. Hang on to your hats, a thrilling finish coming up, 3.5 minutes to go. Chris again. A flag as he goes down. Buckley can't believe it as he waits for the official word. It's against Holliston this time. Brendan Buckley applauding for one of the few times tonight a penalty has gone against the Panthers. Although they had one long reception nullified. Personal foul in the tackling. Big break for Ashland. It takes it to the Holliston 48-yard line, first down. Perrin carried the last 3 times.
How many did Perrin get? Perrin get 8 that time. You get 8, and then there was a penalty.
Fumble. Holliston looks like they have it. They do. Whoa.
Fumble on the play. Holliston's ball.
A fumble in the handoff.
83.
Josh Fountain makes the big recovery for Holliston. And just like that, with 2:59 left to go in regulation time, the Panthers have new life in Ashland territory at the 49, first down. So a promising Clocker drive is stopped by a fumble. First Clocker fumble of the season here in the second game. So they went about 7.5 quarters without fumbling, but that was a tough time to put it on the carpet, as they say. Williams, deep pass, too deep. D'Argento was there along with Hudak. Keith Hackett wasn't far away either. And we got another injured player. It's Russ D'Argento again. On the sidelines with a leg problem. Maines and Vigue make a little bit longer trek than normal. So Holliston looks like an improved team this year. They were 0-11 in 96. They won 4 games in 97 last year. And they had 3 league wins. They beat Medfield, who didn't win a game last year in the TVL. They beat a first-year program from Bow, New Hampshire. And they had a shocking upset of Bellingham, 20-19. Bellingham, of course, a team that beat Ashland last year. So they had a good win over them for their one of their 3 Tri-Valley League wins last year. And Coach Buckley wants to see improvement this year. And what coach doesn't? Clockers in their, as best I can determine, their 26th year of Tri-Valley League play. Great league, 9 teams playing each other in all sports for a long time. Makes for good rivalries. Every game's a big game. And there's none bigger than this Ashland-Holliston rivalry.
They got to get somebody on the ball. They got to get somebody on the ball.
When play resumes, it'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
I don't think I'd hold him out on the corner, you know, the short field corner.
Williams wants to pass. He's got a man open. Maybe he had 2 men open, but threw him in between both of them. Looking for big 88 to Miranda. But now it's 3rd and 10.
Marengo was incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
Clocker pass defense getting a lot of practice. They've one pick tonight. Argento picked one earlier. This would be a good time for number 2. D'Argento injured out of the game, being attended to on the sidelines. 2 Hackett's and a Taylor are your defensive backs now. Pass him on, he gets a carry. But there's nothing doing for him. And it's 4th down as the Clockers hold on 3 straight plays
No gain, 4th down and
from the Ashland 48. Ball's now at midfield. It's 4th and 11. And the Panthers are in a punting situation. 2:25 to go in regulation time, and the clock is running. Keith Hackett back for that all-important punt return if he gets a chance. If it's a ball he can handle. You don't take any chances back there. Short, high kick will not be touched. Buckley couldn't see it and almost came down in his head. That was his fear. It's going to roll dead at the Ashland 30. Make that the Ashland 20. And the Clockers will start there, deep in their own territory. And we're under 2 minutes, 1:56 left to go.
20-yard line. 1 minute, 57.
The new wideout is number 86, Michael Funt. He has not been thrown at this year. So this may be an opportunity for a first-year player to make his mark. Perrin and Hackett in the backfield. Domings your tight end. Funt split left. They go to Chris, but everyone knew that.
Perrin with the carry.
He loses a yard.
No gain, 2nd down and 10.
Perrin with 22 carries on the night. Approximately 150 yards rushing thus far. He gets the call again. He's got some running rooms, driven out of bounds, but not before he picked up a first down.
First down. John Crouch with the tackle for Holliston.
That brings it out to the Ashland 32, and the Clockers take a timeout with 1:02 left in regulation. Ashland nothing, Holliston nothing. What a battle here at the Grump tonight. Coach Maines in the center of the Clocker huddle. He's got a plan. He's got a plan to get the Clockers in the end zone or in Brian Arujo field goal territory and pull this one out of the fire in the final 1 minute and 2 seconds. He's trying to get everyone on the same page. He's got to get Perrin loose. Somebody has got to open a hole for Perrin to get loose. He just needs a little running room. The Panthers, of course, are keying on him. And they have some veteran players in their defense, some senior leadership. First down. Chris Perrin on the left side. Met. picks up a 3.
Pick up a 3 yards.
Phil Harris makes the stop for Holliston, and we have another Ashland timeout. Now just 55 seconds left in regulation. And we'll tell you, the Clockers go next week to Millis for a 7:30 game on Friday night. And that has been a house of horrors for the Clockers down there in Millis. Millis has handled Ashland the last 2 years. Clockers beat them here at the Grump during the '95 Super Bowl season on a great game, very much like this game. 0-0 at the half. Clockers came out in the second half, marched the length of the field, put up 7 points, and the defense made it stand up for the rest of the game. They came away with a 7-0 win that night. Haven't beat them since. And they're very, very tough. Second and 7. Chris Perrin trying to bounce around the corner. Gets an opening, gets a first down, and goes out of bounds. Well done, Chris Perrin. Give him 15 on that run.
Bill Harris with a tackle for Holliston.
As he takes it all the way to the Holliston 48, first down. Now the Clockers are at least in Holliston territory, but there's just 47 seconds left. First down. Perrin keeps getting the ball. He could get 200 yards, but more importantly, the Clockers want to win. Taylor long and deep for Hudak. What a catch by Hudak! A nearly full extension takes it down to the Holliston 11. Jeff Taylor to John Hudak, 37 yards. They must move the change. The clock is stopped with 41 seconds. Ashland now uses a timeout. They say Hudak was down at the 14. An emotional Russ D'Argento exhorting the crowd to cheer on the Clockers as they're down to the Holliston 14 here in the final minute, trying to pull one out. The Holliston Panthers have given them all they can handle tonight, but the Clockers are on the verge. And if you think Perrin is tough out in midfield, you should see him when he gets close to the goal line. When he smells pay dirt, he's almost unstoppable. Now we're going to find out right now if Chris Perrin and the Ashland Clockers can get one on the board here. No score. 41 seconds left in regulation time. The officials call the Clockers out of their huddle. Back onto the field after the timeout. Perrin and Hackett in the backfield. D'Argento and Hudak split left. The tight end is Nick Dommings, 44. Chris Perrin hit in the backfield, breaks a tackle. Gets down around the 10-yard line, and Ashland uses another timeout. And because I never keep track of the timeouts, I can't tell you how many the Clockers have left, but they have to be getting down to precious few, if any. I'm guessing they have one more left. The clock is down to 35 seconds, and the ball has gone to about the 11.
I'm saying none left. Hey, I got him down here so far.
Excitement high at the Grump. Big crowd cheering on Ashland. Jeff Taylor gives it to Chris Perrin. He's in the end zone. Chris Perrin on an 11-yard slash on the right side is mobbed in the end zone by his blue-shirted teammates. The Clockers take the lead with 29 seconds left in the game. Ashland 6, Holliston nothing. Coach Baines and the coaches trying to keep the Clockers under control here so they can get off an extra point attempt without incurring a penalty. Arujo is out there. It will be a 1-point attempt. Taylor, your quarterback, is your holder. They tee it up on the 10, so it's a 20-yard kick. Snapback ball down, a little stutter step. He punches it through. A very unusual extra point, but it does the job. And the Clocker lead goes to 7-0. And Coach Maines is feeling a heck of a lot better now than he did just a few moments ago. The big play on the final drive, a 15-yard run by Perrin that brought it into Holliston territory, and then a 34-yard pass from Jeff Taylor to John Hudock that brought it to the Holliston 14. 2 runs by Perrin took it in from there. And what a hard-fought game. The clock is now just 29 seconds away from victory. They have to survive this kickoff, and they're also going to have to survive a pretty good Holliston passing attack in this final 29 seconds to take this win home. Let's see if Arujo goes deep, or tries to go deep, or tries a squib, or something in between. Pressure on the special team. Arujo with a short approach and a good kick. Drives him back to the 5 where he drops it, picks it up. It's Passamonte with a hole up the middle with speed. Who saved him? Brian Hackett, or Keith Hackett saved it. Keith Hackett. A big, big play. So Holliston's got to hope as that kickoff return came out to the 48-yard line of Holliston. So they got 52 yards to go with 21 seconds left to do it, to get on the board, so they have an extra point opportunity to tie or win. Williams straight back. What else? Long over the middle, nearly picked off, nearly caught. Went through D'Argento's hand, was nearly caught by number 28. Kevin Fitzgerald, who almost had a chance to get that ball after it was deflected through the hands of Russ D'Argento. We have an injury in the final minute. I don't know if it's an official's timeout. I don't know what the rule is. The NFL has a rule on this. Phipps coming in for the pass rushing purposes. Dan Phipps, number 60. Brian Arujo comes out after a big, hard night on the defensive line.
Does anybody else need plugs?
Clockers playing Jeff Taylor, Russ D'Argento, and Brian Hackett in the defensive backfield for these final minutes. Keith Hackett is back there too. Got an injured Holliston player being attended to. That play took 5 seconds, so there's 16 seconds left at second down. And we're ready. Off Wojcik's fingers, incomplete. That play took 4 seconds. There's now 12, and it's now third down. 3rd and 10. Ball on the Holliston 48. Clock is trying to hold off the Panthers and secure their first TVL win of the year and their first TVL game of the year. Over the middle, complete. Taylor brings him down. The clock is stopped for the Chains with 5 seconds left. Holliston should call a timeout if they have one, and I'm sure they have.
Ball is on the 30-yard line. 5 seconds left to go in the game.
That pass went all the way to the 30, a 22-yard gain, and timeout Holliston. They'll have 5 seconds left to go the final 30 yards. And during this timeout, I'm going to try to add up Chris Perrin's running totals for you. 157 and 29 is 186 for Chris Perrin tonight on 27 carries by my extremely unofficial statistics. But more importantly, the Clockers must survive this last 5 seconds. Clockers with a 4-man rush. Williams getting some pressure from Hard, lets it go long and deep in the end zone, through the hands, incomplete. And a flag on the play. The ball was incomplete on the 1-yard line, but there is a penalty. The game cannot end on a defensive penalty. Let's see what the call is. Looks like some type of an illegal procedure back at the original line of scrimmage. Well, it's a 15-yard penalty against Ashland. A 15-yard penalty against Ashland brings it to the 15-yard line. And this will be the last play of the game. Timeout Clockers, good timeout by Coach Maines. The clock is completely confused as to what is going on. The Panthers had their play ready to go. There's no time left on the clock, and Ashland is holding a 7-0 lead. This is reminiscent of that Bellingham game about 4 years ago when Ashland had a 7-0 lead and Bellingham drove the length of the field, and a pass in the end zone was intercepted by Tyler Perry to save the win for Ashland. That was the 1994 season.
First and 10, balls on the 15-yard line of Ashland. No time left on the clock.
So, one more play, unless they go in. Unless there's another penalty. Here we go. For the end zone, complete to Miranda, but he stops short of the end zone, and it's incomplete anyway. And the Clockers win it. I didn't know if he caught that or not in the far corner of the end, near the end zone. but apparently it was incomplete, intended for Tim Miranda, and the Panthers completely devastated. The clock is completely happy. The joy of victory and the agony of defeat here at the Grump tonight as the teams shake hands at midfield. The final score, Ashland 7 and Holliston nothing. What a game tonight. A defensive struggle all the way down to the final 30 seconds of the game. The Clockers took over on their own 20-yard line with 1 minute and 2 seconds left. And on the running of Chris Perrin and the passing of Jeff Taylor, they drove the length of the field, scoring, using their timeouts wisely and scoring with 29 seconds left to come away with a 7-0 win in one of the best Ashland-Holliston games we've seen in many, many years. There were several big plays in the final drive. Chris Perrin had a 15-yard run to give the Clockers some decent hope as he brought it out to about the Ashland 48-yard line. And then Jeff Taylor connected with John Hudak on a 37-yard pass play, 34-yard pass play that brought it to the 14-yard line, and 2 runs by Perrin, and the Clockers were in the end zone and had their win. A great, great game. The 2 great teams gave it everything they had tonight, and good patience shown by Coach Maines as he stuck with his players. He stuck with Jeff Taylor, even though he had Dave Bressler warming up. He stuck with Taylor throughout the game, and it paid off as Taylor made the big play in the final minute. And Chris Perrin ends up with 186 yards on 27 carries by my statistics. Keith Hackett, a very good night. He carried 7 times for about 25 yards. And John Hudak had a couple of big receptions. And D'Argento got his first reception of the year and showed himself to be a very enthusiastic player. And he also had a big interception in the game. And the Clocker defense played tremendous as they shut out Holliston for the 3rd straight year. So, as they foul out at the Grump, we're going to tell you that for the final time, the final score is Ashland 7 and Holliston nothing. The Clockers go to Millis next week and then come back home to meet the defending champion Westwood Wolverines here at Walker Field 2 weeks from tonight on a Friday night. So, for Bruce Stearns, our director, and our cameramen Max Brandsburg, Brian Beck, John Sessa, and Dan Mullen, and of course Curtis Petroselli, who is always present. This is Bob Thacker. Good night.